Mm. Hi, I'm Farmer Something. So welcome to this class. Now, we are still under sales, but like I said, I want to try to help us see or learn how to properly capture our cost. In this class, we are going to take it step by step. I don't want to rush it so that we are not, what's the word now? We are not overwhelmed or lost in the process. So we are going to try and take it step by step. So I think I'll be looking at 8 different aspects. So first I will start with rent. Rent. Now it's important that I state that at times for some businesses that where you are using is given to you for free, but you know you do not have access to that place forever, then it's important you try to build in a rent cost so that you know that over time when you need to move to your own location you have had some money saved or set apart. So rent. Now this is going to be as practical as I can be because I'll be using our own business as a model, our own company as a model to run this part so that you understand how to build your cost. Rent. Now, how much are you paying on rent and how do you put that rent cost on your produce? So let's say for example you are paying 12 million naira per annum. It means essentially that you are paying 1 million naira per month. Now using us as an example, like I said, we have set our rent at 750,000 per month. 750,000 per month. I'm trying to get the calculator. Sorry. We've set our rent at 750,000 per month. If we do this in the year, I think that should be about 8 or 9 million if I'm not wrong. So, how can you as a business ensure that this cost is captured in your total cost of the goods you are selling? Now, at the moment, we have about 30 greenhouses of 8 meter by 24 meter. So, what this means in essence is if I do 750,000 divide by 12, sorry, divide by 30, this means that a greenhouse is rented at about 25,000 naira. So I take that again for it not to be confusing. In this case, we are looking at an annual rent of 9 million naira. Now, if the annual rent is 9 million, it means that if we divide 9 million by 12, it means monthly rent is at 750,000 naira. If my monthly rent is at 750,000 and I have 30 greenhouses, what this means essentially is per greenhouse there is a cost or there is a rent cost of 25,000 naira. So the question then is, how do I place this cost on the customer? How do I place this cost on the customer? If, for example, as a farm, because I said I will try and use a few crops, for example, so we will use, let's say, 3 crops. We will use tomatoes, we would use lettuce, and we can also use cucumber. So I would run this cost using these 3 different produce as my cost, as my produce that I want to sell, and how I will put this cost on this. Now, if I have, let's say, 3 greenhouses, greenhouse 1, 2, and 3, let's say my greenhouse 1, which contains tomatoes, has 800 plants. My greenhouse 2 has 2000 plants. Greenhouse 3, let's say, has 1000 plants. This is an assumption. Now, I know that my tomatoes will not get ready in the month that I plant it. I would have done my nursery. It will not get ready in the month that I transplant. So I may not end up having harvest until the 3rd month / 4th month. So I can simply assume harvest is in the 4th month. For my lettuce, harvest is monthly. For my cucumber, harvest is in the 2nd month. I'm also harvesting the 3rd month. Now, based on these maths, 25,000 naira divide by the number of plants first. If I do 25,000 divide by 800, it means that per plant is 31 naira 25 kobo a month. So every tomato plant that I have standing has a rent on its head of 31 naira 25 kobo. If it spends 4 months, 31 naira 25 kobo times 4 months means my rent alone on this plant is 125 naira. I am not talking about the yield yet on just this plant, because when I now know the yield will reduce how much I'm actually paying on rent. So the 4 months that my tomato plant, let me clean the top. We're going to take it step by step, write it down to see how we build our eventual selling price. The rent I am paying for tomatoes is rent for, no, let me clean this. So let me say tomatoes rent for the plant is 125 naira because it is there for 4 months. I hope that makes sense. If I do that of lettuce, for my lettuce, it will be 25,000 naira, which is now a constant, divide by 2,000, which is 12 naira 50 kobo, because I will harvest this monthly. So per plant, don't forget. Then my cucumber, I start harvesting in the 2nd month. Let's say I finish all my harvest in the 3rd month. So I will have 25,000 naira divide by 1,000 plants, 25 naira. But remember, it will be there for 3 months. So 75 naira for 3 months. This is the rent I am paying per plant. The rent I am paying per plant. I hope this makes sense to this point, because I want us to see how we gradually build our cost. So for 4 months, the total rent each tomato plant is paying is 125 naira. The total rent each lettuce plant pays per month is 12 naira 50 kobo, while the total rent that cucumber pays is 75 naira. Once I understand this, next I will now look at the tomatoes from the place of yield, because it is not the plant I am selling but the yield. Now, if a single plant can give me just 2 kg of tomatoes, it means that I will do 125 divide by 2. So a 1 kg plant, the rent is actually 62 naira 50 kobo on tomato. Because I am going to have to sell the whole of the lettuce, let's say when we weigh the lettuce, it is weighing 200 grams. So 200 gram of lettuce weighs, or it's at 12 naira 50 kobo. If we come to cucumber, for cucumber still on rent, a single plant, depending on the variety, can give as much as 5 kg. So if a plant, or let's also be conservative, let's say 4 kg, 75, divide by 4, we give. So if a plant is giving 4 kg, it means that 1 kg comes at 18 naira 75 kobo. So what I would want you to do is try and see if you can do a rent cost for your different products. So take the video step by step. We are going to come back, we will run that of labor, we will run that of seed, we will run that of nutrient, your insecticides, your fungicide, so that at the end of the day, we even run your utility, we would be able to tell exactly how much you are spending on the production of that crop, so that you are able to tell which is most profitable. I don't know if that makes sense. Which is most profitable. So again, you want to do this based on the metrics you use for selling. So I am calculating in kilos because I sell in kilo. So I know that, oh, my 1 kg of tomatoes is at 62 naira 50 kobo per kilo. So if this rent cost needs to come down, then I need to get a plant that has more yield. Because you would agree, for example, there is a variety we just developed internally that can produce 10 kg per plant. If it is producing 10 kg per tomato plant, it means that the rent falls to 12 naira 50 kobo. So just by the increase of yield to 10 kg, my rent becomes 12 naira 50 kobo. But if I am getting 2 kg, my rent is 62 naira 50 kobo. I hope that makes sense. So we'll continue in the next class step by step until we build our cost. Thank you.